see me with this mask on right now, Jordan? I had to have dental surgery. I just turned 62 years old. I thought I could go ahead and draw my Medicare, and I was going to have some dental in the Medicare. No, he jerks that out.
We could be mad at Manchin. I mean, he's corrupt. But I got to point out, this whole time, this has been going on for months. I have not heard progressives who just suddenly now, I'm talking about AOC, I'm talking about Jamal Bowman, Ro Khanna, Pramila Jayapal. To me, they were very diplomatic with Joe Manchin. I saw them on TV. They didn't mention the money he made from his coal company. There was never the word corrupt when it's just blinking red lights that he's corrupt. Not just him, Sinema too. Sinema, who was doing all these fundraisers with Big Pharma and lobbyists, and she did a fundraiser in Europe while this all was going on. It seems to me that elected progressives who were like you, they were activists, most of them, before they got elected. They seem to now have an allergy to going on offense. They seem to have an allergy to calling what it is in front of you corrupt. And it seems to me that they did not activate the progressive base. Colin, here's the perfect example. You might have not seen this, Pam. I interviewed Ro Khanna, congressman, a couple weeks ago. Nice of him to come on. I appreciate it. And I asked him straight up, why is it? Well, I don't need to tell you. Colin, play the clip. So I don't really get why the strategy wouldn't be, and granted, I'm not in D.C. Maybe I have an outsider's point of view. Why not say, this many people wanted $6 trillion. We've already gone down to $3.5 trillion. Now, myself, Senator Sanders, the whole gang is going to West Virginia, is going to Arizona. Instead of trying to negotiate with corporatists, go on these people's front doors and put pressure on them. It seems to me Manchin, Sinema, they never actually have pressure on them because the media kind of slobbers over them as centrists. And the progressives, it doesn't really seem there's any rallying the base.
I'm open to those ideas. We did try to mobilize. We worked with Sarah Jairam, Saru Jairam and One Fair Wage. We tried to work with labor. We tried to work with other organizations in the mobilization with tipped workers, because some tipped workers are only making a little over $2.13. So we did try to mobilize on that. I'm all for ideas on how we can mobilize to get $15 into a must-pass bill. And if there is a mobilization, I agree that that's something we ought to deliver. In terms of mobilization, I think the mobilization we need is to get more progressives into the House elected and into the Senate elected. I'm not sure mobilizing in Manchin's district, where Trump carried it by 30%, is actually what's going to move him on these policies.
Well, Manchin is, he's all of West Virginia, not a district. And I would remind you, Bernie won every county in West Virginia. So it seems to me by the polls, the people of West Virginia want the majority of what's in this. I'll also remind you, Joe Manchin didn't win by that much for Senate back in 2018. He narrowly won. The point I was trying to make is, you could try to be diplomatic with corrupt people who literally are making millions of dollars from a coal company they own while pretending that this is about some moral concern about the debt and inflation and all this other bullshit. But at the end of the day, people like him, the only way you really do anything with a bully is you punch him in the face. In this case, I'm talking figuratively. I'm not saying go punch Joe Manchin, but it just seems to be progressives didn't want to go on offense against him. I'm talking about the elected officials. I know the Poor People's Campaign protested. Do you think that elected progressives have done enough to go on the offense against Manchin, Sinema, and these others?
But no, every one of them need to grow a backbone. Where's Jamie Harris and the Democratic Party? Where's the executive committees? How come they ain't hollering? Dude, you ain't with the people. We're jerking your support. Where is our party? Grow a backbone. Stand up. Your people are. How come our elected officials can't? We have sent a letter asking for President Biden to meet with us, to meet with the people. We've asked Senator Manchin to meet with us, to meet with his constituents. Now, he'll meet with the lobbyists, but he won't meet with us. I've spoke with Mr. Ro Khanna. He was at one of our press meetings. and he's like most of them. Hurrah, hurrah, I'll support you.
Right.
I should see every one of them on TV every day. I should hear from Jamie Harris saying, hey, we're not going to give you any more money. I don't want my money going to him. If he ain't going to support me, I'm not supporting him. And I will not vote for somebody that is not going to look out for my interests and my kids and my grandkids.
And, to me, we saw in 2016 when Trump won, instead of the Democratic Party actually reflecting, well, how did a used car salesman defeat Hillary Clinton? They just went to this Russia stuff and, Russia did it. I mean, honestly, I think Build Back Better, what Manchin just blocked, is a Band-Aid. It's not what we need. I mean, the 3.5 trillion to me was a compromise in itself. For climate alone, experts say you need $8 to $10 trillion. This has $500 billion. So I worry, I don't know what you think, that this is really, this is just expediting the right-wing takeover of this country.
And it is. And if the people don't stand up, then we don't stand a chance. That's the only thing we've got is us. Because we see Senator Manchin is sabotaging the Democratic Party. He's sabotaging the Biden agenda. He is bought off. We're seeing that. We're hearing it and watching it on TV. And instead of coming to us and saying that here in West Virginia, he goes onto a propaganda channel like Fox News. Do you know what a slap in the face that is to his constituents here in West Virginia? That you don't even come here to a town hall. You don't even announce here in West Virginia what you're going to do to us. You ain't got enough gall to tell us to our faces. Because I'll tell you why. He knows what the answer is here in West Virginia. He knows he is not working for the people of West Virginia, and he knows what he will face if he comes out. So he keeps hiding, and he keeps bobbing and weaving from, and every issue that he's bobbing and weaved from, we proved him a lie in. We brought Jeffrey Sachs here when he was saying, oh, we can't afford it. Now the inflation, well, you want to hear what I think about the inflation? It ain't because of us. Every problem they want to blame on the poor. It ain't us. We ain't got nothing. The rich and the wealthy that's playing with their spaceships that keeps getting more and more and more, and we keep giving them more and more and more. And you know what they're doing? They're price gouging us. They're raising the prices on everything to where we get even more poor and even more suppressed. So that's what's causing the inflation. You give us a chance, let us get this economy going, there won't be no inflation. So quit blaming us for your corporate buddies and look at your neighbor, because that's who's causing it, not us.